And Alex, right?
Yep.
Hey, I'm Brian here in Cleveland, Ohio at the House of Blues with Alex from Gaslight Anthem. What's going on?
Not much, man. Just hanging out, waiting for the show to start.
And how's the tour going with Fake Problems?
Really good. It's been about 3.5 weeks now, and the first leg was with this band called Menzingers. They're actually from PA. I think they're from Allentown, PA. And now a couple days ago, Bridge and Tunnel from New York started the tour. So it's exciting. You know, we're big fans of all these bands. It's nice to take these bands out on tour with us.
And speaking of Allentown, PA, you guys just played the Allentown Fair, right?
Yeah, with Weezer about 3 weeks ago. It was an interesting show, so to say the least. You know, those kinds of shows, those festivals and fairs and that kind of environment. It's always a different environment than it is to play in a club, you know.
Yeah. Did you get to meet Weezer at all while you were there?
No, just their crew. You know, met them over the summer in Europe, but we haven't. We didn't have a chance to actually meet the band though. They weren't around, so.
And getting down to some of the basic stuff. Of course, you got the new album American Slang out right now. I guess just tell me a little bit about that quick, even though I'm sure you've explained it enough times. Yeah,
you know, it was it's our third full-length album, and it was a fun record to make, and it was a different environment that we have ever been in while making a record. You know, we went to California to make our last record, and so we got back home, and you know, it was the first time in years that we got to get our feet wet and kind of just stay grounded in our own environment with going to work basically every day. That's what it felt like. You know, you're home, you wake up, you go to the studio, you write songs, you record songs, and you go back home for the night. So it was a good experience.
Now, what are some of the influences that went into this album? Of course, I know Springsteen is, I think, one of the most obvious and most common answers I've seen from that.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
I'm saying jerk off and fake friends.
Anyway, what are some of the influences that went into this new album? Of course, I've seen Springsteen has been associated with a lot of it.
You know, I got newer influences. I think tonally we're like the old like bluesbreaker stuff. You know, like Eric Clapton, the Rolling Stones, and you know, the influences that are always there. You know, with the Clash and Tom Petty and the soul music, and just, I don't know. There's just so much different music and so many different influences that came from all four of us. And that always come from all four of us, you know, coming from all different backgrounds of musical taste that we bring to the table. So. And
how does it feel? Of course, over the past few years, kind of being an up-and-coming band, becoming where you're at right now. Of course, you've been on Leno and Letterman and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's great. You know, it's a dream come true. It's really all I could say about that, you know. It's what you dream about doing when you put on a guitar and when you're a kid, you know, playing in front of a lot of people. And we've been fortunate to have that happen to us in the last couple of years. So to make it a career, playing music our career. So.
What were your thoughts going on shows like Leno and Letterman and stuff?
At first, you know, we were really nervous. Obviously, we're on TV. You know, you play one song, and you have all this preparation all day long just to play one song. But you know, we've done it about 4 or 5 times now, so you get into more of a vibe, like I don't know, when you show up, you do your sound check, and you get ready to do the show. It's always just a crazy experience because there's so many celebrities. There's celebrities there, and the actual hosts themselves are celebrities. So it's kind of funny just us showing up. We're like, hey, what's up, guys? Talking to these huge name celebrities, but it's really fun.
Did you meet any interesting big-name celebrities or ones that you wanted to meet?
Yeah. Recently we played Jimmy Fallon. I got to meet The Big Show, who's a wrestler. That was cool. Lisa Kudrow in passing. Tony Robbins recently. Got to meet on Jay Leno. And who else was there? The guy from House. I remember I met. Forgot his name.
Hugh Laurie?
Hugh Laurie, yeah. Met him back when we played Conan. But yeah, we met a couple guys, Leno, Conan, Jimmy Fallon as well, so.
And what were your thoughts hearing your music on ESPN? Because I know it's been played on SportsCenter.
I haven't actually heard it personally, but I've gotten text messages and calls saying that it has been played. So it's pretty cool, we're all big sports fans, and to have something like that be a part of our catalog now it's really cool.
And going back to the album, where did the album artwork come from?
We were just hanging out in the studio, and we didn't really have anything, and we just kind of came up with the idea that all four of us should just take a couple pictures, and that should be the album cover and the inside insert. So basically, the four of us went out. We all took 4 pictures each, and that's what made up the entire album cover and all the album art.
And what's going to be the next single and or video off the album?
We're kind of going back and forth with Bring It On or Diamond Street. It might be either or. We're not too sure yet. So.
I guess it's too hard to pick because I know I'm not kissing ass right now. I do mean it's a really great album.
Thank you.
So I wouldn't even know what to pick off that album.
Yeah, I guess we're trying to vibe off of how people react to certain songs and see what people are into. So it's tough thinking that way. I guess that's a good problem to have.
And what's one random cool fact about the band?
Random cool fact about the band. Let's see. We're all from New Jersey now. I don't know, really. We all really like sports. I mean, that might be a weird thing for people in the music industry. I don't really know. And when they look at bands, they don't really think guys in bands really like sports, but we all are really into sports.
What specific sports? All of them, or just certain ones?
Baseball and football. Yeah.
Are you a fan of like the New York, New Jersey teams?
Yeah. I'm a fan of New York Mets and the New York Giants. But Benny and Brian are Yankees fans. We're all Giants fans, though. So.
At least you can all agree on something.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what comes down to that Subway Series, I bet there's a lot of hell breaking loose, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
What's one dream act you'd like to play on stage? I'm getting tongue twisted here. Sorry. What's one dream act you'd like to play on stage with? Of course, besides Springsteen, which I've heard about.
Dead or Alive. Like to play with or to play on the same bill as?
I guess both or whatever.
I would say me personally, somebody like David Bowie or like Tom Petty. People that really don't tour that often anymore and that have been huge influences for me musically. I mean, Dead or Alive, if Joe Strummer and the Clash got back together, that would be awesome. Or, if Joey Ramone came back alive and the Ramones started playing, that would be a great experience, but that obviously can't happen. I would say, like David Bowie, that would be kind of cool.
It would be. And what happens during your off time or free time with the band?
We don't really have too much of that, but we just, hang out, just try to be a normal person for a little bit, I'm getting married soon, so I have a lot of that stress coming, so, with planning the wedding and all that. But yeah, just try to be as normal as possible and sleep in your own bed.
And what's next with the band? Tours, DVDs, or whatever else, any other releases coming up?
Yeah, we're finishing up this tour, then we're doing a European tour, and we'll take a couple months off and hit Australia and Japan in middle of the winter. And then hopefully, we're looking to maybe write and record maybe an EP, upcoming EP, next couple months. So that's about that.
And with any of your future music, do you plan experimenting with anything different or trying anything different with the music?
Yeah, as soon as you get into a writing environment, different inspirations and different influences come in and out of your music. When you haven't been around, when you haven't been writing together in a bit, there's always different things. You're always experimenting, always trying out new things.
Any producers or anyone you'd like to hook up with for your next music?
I haven't really thought about that. Ted is a great friend of ours and has done amazing work with us in our last couple of records. So I can't really see moving on to anybody else. Ted's our guy. So.
And anything else you want to add in?
Yeah, thanks for listening, and check out our new record, American Slang.
And definitely, I know I have, and hopefully the rest of the fans who haven't checked it out yet will. And I'm Brian, hanging out with Alex from Gaslight Anthem.